Hi everyone, welcome back to my page. This week's video is on procrastination. The reason I wanted to do it is because as we're ending this year and I'm looking back at 2021, there are certainly many things that I wish I had done that I kind of just delayed or pushed aside and thought I don't have time for this right now. And now looking back at it, I did have the time and I should have done it. And I feel like there are many of us in this position, especially this time when it's between Christmas and New Year's and you kind of don't know whether you're coming going. Having some downtime gives you some time to reflect back on the year that you've had. And if you've procrastinated throughout this and not really achieved the things you wanted to, it's important for us to look at that now so that when the new year comes, we're ready, motivated, and we actually do the things that we always talk about doing. So if you haven't been to my page before, welcome. I'm Hamasa. I look at mental and emotional well-being as well as personal development and just day-to-day issues. Please do subscribe to my page so that you're up to date with all my content. Procrastination. Guilty of this, very guilty of this. I always say, I'm just one of those people that procrastinates, but really it's a habit. You're not born with this emotion. It's kind of an excuse. And as I looked deeply into it, I realized that procrastination has nothing to do with poor time management or laziness. It's more to do with the bad emotion or stress that we associate with the task at hand, or sometimes not even associated with the task at hand at all. It's just us having some sort of stress, and procrastination is a way of dealing with that. So if we're not managing our stress well, then it's going to affect us taking action in other areas of our lives. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. So because it's an emotion regulation problem, when we're upset with, let's say one of our parents is sickly, or that we failed an exam, or that we had a fight with our spouse, and we're at work, and you're supposed to make some important decisions and send some big emails, but because your mind is distracted elsewhere, and you're constantly thinking about your sick parent, you would rather distract yourself by going on social media or doing some online shopping to make yourself feel good than to face the task at hand, which is to write that very big important email. So to do something, you'd rather do all the little emails that are not important but avoid the big tasks. And then the day comes to an end and you haven't done it again. Then you feel guilty. Then you know that it's something in the back of your head that you need to do, and you're repeating the cycle all over again. So when that happens, we need to stop ourselves and realize that we're self-sabotaging. We self-sabotage because it's our inability to have trust and confidence in ourselves to get the task done rather than the task being difficult. We just don't have enough trust in ourselves because we're distracted elsewhere. So when that happens, the best thing to do is to stop yourself and say, okay, I'm putting off making this phone call, cleaning the house or whatever, because I'm stressed elsewhere. So let me stop and see where the source of stress is coming from, and let me tackle the source of the problem or see what I can do about it. Let me see if I can change something, and if I can't, what can I accept? The minute you tackle the source of the stress, you are then on the road to getting on with your task at hand, because that distraction is no longer there. The hardest part about starting tasks is starting, because most people, once they get started, 80% of them will actually continue and most probably finish. So the difficult part is getting yourself to start that task. Once you've spotted the source of the stress, the next thing to do would be to break down your task in small bits, because If you look at the big picture, then it looks like a mountain for you to climb. So it's a lot easier for us to get started on something that seems quicker to do and less stress, and it's a smaller task. So break it down and try and start doing the one thing out of your little tasks. Give yourself 25 minutes and then a 5-minute break. That's a good incentive. You're only working for 25 minutes. Once you do your first 25 minutes and you've given yourself a 5-minute break, you're gonna fall in the habit or in the flow of things. So you're gonna wanna finish it now that you've started it, because the hardest part is over. So that's the hard part about procrastination, is to look at it and think, oh my God, I can never do this. But if you're gonna break it down, let's say you're moving house. If you're going to look at your whole entire apartment, then it's just like, oh my God, where do I begin? But if you look at, okay, bathroom, it's going to take me 3 hours to do, and I can do that within 2.5 with 1 break or 2 breaks in between. So I'm going to do this shelf and this shelf. So you're breaking it down to smaller pieces. I'm going to do this cupboard first. Once I do this, it's going to get me 20 minutes. It's going to take me 20 minutes, and then I'm going to do the next one, another 20 minutes, and the next one, another 20 minutes. That's now an hour gone, and I've managed to do the entire shelf. That's one room already done. And then you can attack the next room and next room. So breaking it down and making it smaller just will seem a lot more manageable. And it'll seem a lot more attractive for you to start than looking at the whole apartment as a whole. So I hope that these things have made you guys realize that you're not lazy, and you're not bad at time management. It's nothing to do with that. It's just that you're stressed out elsewhere and you're kind of taking it out on your big tasks at hand. But don't look at them as big tasks. Look at them as little tasks. Break them down and understand where your stress is coming from. And understand that it's playing as a distraction to what you actually need to do. If you found this helpful, please do subscribe to my page, like and comment on this video, and share it with someone who might need that little nudge to get things going. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys here again in the new year. Wish you all a very happy new year. Thank you.